Sup. The opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and Future Bachelor only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity. This fun podcast may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor Podcast. Keep it real, live good. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. All my plays in the hood stay fly. And if you want to be say ride, ride.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Future Bachelor. My name is Sai.
I'm Veronica.
And this is episode 68.
Hey!
68!
The kids love it. I don't know if the kids are allowed to love next week's episode.
Yeah, the kids might not be allowed. It's adults only on that pod.
it's
But
like-
we're on this pod this week, and the kids are allowed. What's up, kids? How's everything going? Or kid?
I'm not a kid.
Okay. What's up, adult? What's going on in your
I'm
life?
legally an adult.
Are you? Okay. What's going on in your life, V? What's been going on?
You know, we are coming off of a holiday weekend,
Oh,
which
goodness
is
gracious.
literally the worst thing.
Golly.
And we're recording earlier this week than we usually do, so we're still like that weekend that we just had seems so close yet so far away. You know?
Well, I'm actually going on vacation again tomorrow.
yeah. Well,
so-
good for freaking you, dog.
Yeah, so the train is trolling through. Let's go.
But
yeah, no, it was a long weekend. We saw each other like probably mid-weekend. So
Like on the actual weekend. You know?
right. How was your 4th of July and your run?
So I ran and I did listen
Okay.
to our podcast while
Nice.
I ran,
Yeah.
which was kind of fun,
Right.
honestly, especially because I got to that. I finished one podcast first.
Is it like the same thing for you when you listen back? You're like, it's almost like you're listening for the first time, even though we had those conversations.
but it's like I feel like because even like we've discussed this when people ask us like, oh, what did you talk about this week? And if like it could be literally someone could text me that right after we finished recording, and it's like I'm like.
Yeah.
I have to like look at my
Brain dump.
outline that I helped write, like to be like, oh, this is what we talked about.
Right.
It just, but it was fun. Kind of helped me get through the last couple of miles. It was hot as heck on the 4th, so I immediately, after eating some free food at after the Peachtree, I picked up some booze on my walk home and showered and went to the pool and then did the pool. I wish I planned my day better and had my nap then, because I did have time. I had time to nap before the pool. I had to wait for my boyfriend.
I feel the same way because like I
should've
went to the
done
pool
that.
too, and then I ended up being so tired. Yeah,
And
it was
then
more just like sleep for the rest of the night.
See, I napped from like 6 to 8. And then I woke up, and then like we were just chilling.
Yeah,
but,
no,
yeah.
I so many people were hitting me up like, dude, where
I
the fireworks?
I had a lot of missed texts and missed calls, and I was like, oh.
I'm like, I don't
My
care.
friends were like, are you okay? I'm like, I was asleep.
Sometimes you just gotta go to bed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, fast forward, like maybe Saturday.
We saw each other. We went to Lake Lanier.
Goodness gracious! So
What a time.
what a time!
You almost weren't with me.
Yeah. Let's
I almost ditched your ass.
bring it back. Well, first of all, let's bring it back to last week when we talked about us like dying out there. So I woke up the next.
Oh yeah, like about it being haunted and people dying
Right.
and things like that. And I'm like, man, whatever.
No. Well, guys, here's a little story. I woke up. I went out the night before to a friend's party. And then I came back here, passed out probably like around like 1 or 2, and then got pretty lit that night. And then I woke up
Indeed.
to you like your last missed call, and I was like, oh, V.
Of like 6.
Yeah, so literally I got up really fast, took a shower, got my stuff ready, and went out with you.
Which I think it's funny that you took a shower to go to Lake Lanier. It's
I don't know.
like,
So
no.
I just need to take a shower to wake up.
I get that. I
you
get
know?
that. Yeah.
And just to feel fresh. Otherwise, I'd have been out there like a bum, you know. But regardless, we got out there by like what 9:30, which is really early.
We got there. So our boat was like getting off at 10. So
Right.
we were supposed to get there at 9:30. We got there closer to 9:50.
Okay, well,
But we did it.
regardless,
We were there
It was
before
still early.
The boat was. The boats have not left.
Yeah, shout out to John V and all her crew, which were awesome out there.
Yeah, we had the best boat, I
Yeah,
think.
it was a dope crew. But with that being said, we had a great day. Everything was beautiful. The boat kind of broke down a couple times, but we got started again.
Yeah.
And on our way back, I was just like, we're chilling, relaxing. Everyone's just kind of like going back to the dock, like what, it was like almost 2:00 or something.
Yeah,
2:30.
it was close. Yeah, we were late by like half an hour, by an hour.
You know, so on the way back, I started feeling like really relaxed and tired, you know, from just a long couple days and stuff. And as we're pulling up to the dock, I like stood up with all my stuff ready to like, you know, hop off the boat and everything. And out of nowhere, like I just like, I get this feeling like I've never felt before in my life. And it was just like literally like you that tunnel vision all the way down to like, you know, the Looney Tunes where it's like, yeah, that's what it felt like in my head. And like I just remember us pulling straight into the dock and like we're almost there. And boom, that happens, Looney Tunes, and then all of a sudden I wake up like a minute or two later to you.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I guess take it away from like what you saw.
Yeah, so like as I'm like I'll coin myself the dehydration queen right now. So like this is the shit that's happened to me. But I just saw him pop up really quick, which I'm sure your like resting heart rate was low. You're exhausted. You've been out in the sun. You're dehydrated. You popped up and then you immediately crumpled down like into the seat, puked out some Gatorade,
which I was drinking water and Gatorade to hydrate.
Yeah, as we were coming back in.
And I wasn't even like, I didn't feel like wasted or drunk or anything really. It was just kind of like, you know, like you said, all those things piled up. I was just like really exhausted. So I was like drinking the Gatorade and then I crumpled.
Yeah. And then I had to pull, because nobody else did any. I like rushed over. I pulled you up because I didn't want you like inhaling your spit up, your vomit, like your pure Gatorade vomit pretty much. So I had to like pull you up, and then you were like glassy eyed. Like I was looking at you for like several seconds and you were just, you weren't there, and I shook you and then you woke up.
Yeah, and the second that I like snapped out of it, I was just like, what the heck just happened? Like, you know? And that was the craziest part to me about the whole thing, is like how that can, like, you ever see on like TV, like people are just like, they just faint. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, how do people just faint? You know what I'm saying? No, like people just faint. Like, you know, and I've never passed out like that in my life. But afterwards, snapped up, I was like, of course, I was like, what the hell just happened? But it didn't feel like it happened that long.
No,
and
it
then
wasn't.
We got up off the boat, grabbed all of our stuff. Like, you know, we deflated everything, put it away. I was like, yo, V, I'm just going to sleep the whole way back. Like, you're like, you like let me sleep like a little baby in shotgun. Got home, it felt like I got home in a second.
I know when we pulled in, you're like, oh my god, that was the shortest ride back ever.
Yo, it was because it was like an hour away or something, right? So like that was pretty crazy. I almost like died out there.
So you know, hydration is key, folks. As someone who has fainted before from dehydration, not even like related to alcohol, just like from other stuff. Like
you've told me those stories before. I was like, yo, you must have been like drunk or something like that. No, like I understand now. Like it can just happen, just like
if your body is like if your body's just worn down and it's already there, like you're just done for.
So like my body's been like just like still like kind of like readjusting that. So I think I just got to take it easy. Your boy's just like not as young as he used to be. Get some more
electrolytes up in this biz.
Yeah, drink more water. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just drink more water like on those days, or you know, those long weekends.
Just in general, honestly. Because then your body's always going to be good to go.
But yeah, so we survived.
we survived.
Die, but it was kind of scary for a second there. But and then, you know, just relax for the rest of the week. I guess we can get into some quick hits, maybe. I don't know. Like,
why not?
What about some quick hits?
Some quick hits.
What do we got for some quick hits?
I need to start with this because I'm still glowing, shining, happy. If anything, if we can be proud of our country for anything, it's that we produce the best female soccer players in the world, because we won the motherfucking World Cup. 4th time we only need one more. So like in like however many years, I think it's like 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. When you go to the World Cup again, if we have a good enough team, which I believe we will, and we win that one, we'll be tied with the Brazil men's team for most World Cups ever, which that's dope.
That is pretty big deal. Brazil was always just like dominant growing up in these like ones that I've seen.
Yeah, Brazil men, like they always they've had some of like the most iconic players like ever.
Yeah, also like Colombia is another big team that like when I was growing up and stuff. In Colombian, shout out to us. But yeah, no, that's awesome, man. The women's soccer team, you know, I saw I mean, I've seen a lot of girls be into this sport, like, you know,
I mean,
even more than
I grew up
anything.
playing soccer, so.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Like in the office, it would always be just like women screaming everywhere. Like whenever the games are on, just like,
I cried.
yeah.
I teared up a little bit. Nike put out a really good ad, which, I mean, like capitalistic pandering, but I'll put aside because Nike had their ad ready to roll. It rolled it right after the game ended, and it was like I believe that we won 4 World Cup, blah blah blah. I believe we're breaking the glass ceiling. But it was like super powerful, super awesome, all about like women empowerment and like being, you know, like instead of us being thought as like the best women athletes, being some of the best athletes, like no matter what our gender, blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm like in the bar, like
That's hype. That's hype. What else we got?
So we all know spicy nuggets are coming back. We've said it many times. August 19th. Get hyped. But Wendy's, the trolls that they are on Twitter,
Yeah.
got into it with Diddy, because Diddy had like replied to a retweet saying how someone's like, he should bring back the show Making the Band. And he's like, I've been on the fence if I should bring it back or not, blah, blah, blah. And like somebody had replied being all like, it will take you as long as it took Wendy's to bring Spicy Nugs back. And Wendy's is like replied to all of that being all like, well, Spicy Nugs are coming back, so it's your turn, Diddy.
Oh, wow.
So
It's like a little comeback challenge.
So who's to say? I'm telling you, this is like a renaissance of like throwbacks.
Making the Band actually is like something that I go back like all the way to like before Diddy even became the host of that show, like when it was on ABC.
Oh, wow.
That was the guy that started NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, Lou Pearlman. He's in jail now, but
oh yikes.
Yeah, he was the host of that show, finding the new act, and actually one of our Snapper like starting songs of the week was O-Town, and O-Town came out of that original.
That's right.
Yeah. So and then Diddy took it over after that one and made the like half like it was like rap and R&B and rappers and all this group called The Band. He was like they called it The Band.
The Band.
DABAND. And then he came back and made like another season where he ended up creating like Day 26. He made another one that had Danity Kane and Donnie Klang.
That's right.
Yeah.
They were from that. I remember. I love Danity Kane.
Yeah.
Damaged.
So that
I
like
might need to be
Danity
a-
Kane's like making a comeback. I think Aubrey O'Day wants to be a part of this new like resurgence of Making the Band. But I think Diddy is like a little hesitant because like none of those acts are like super successful. Danity Kane's probably the biggest one out of it, but even they like, you know, fell apart.
Yeah, they didn't have that many hits.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, even
know-
Dawn, one of the group members of Danity Kane, ended up doing the Dirty Money, Diddy Dirty Money with him and stuff.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
he was in a little group with her at one point. But yeah, no, Making the Band comes back. You know, I was been watching Songland, and that's like a
dude.
really
They've
cool
been
show.
producing a lot of good songs. Like I listen.
The process is amazing. Like,
I listen
to
all the songs all the time. Yeah. How does that show even work?
Well, so check it out. It's like actually like the dopest. Like I think these shows just keep getting better and better because they're incorporating the real life stuff about a musician. So say someone like me wrote a song and went on there. Like, what if I took "I Love You" to Songland, and the artist that I think they pick like
gave you Chucky Puth.
Well, yeah, that'd be amazing. Oh my god! But you know,
that seems actually like a good fit.
right? And they pick an artist. So say it was like, you know,
There were Jonas Brothers were on
right?
it.
Yeah, the Jonas Brothers, and then they'll pick 4 artists, and one of the 4 artists gets eliminated, and the other 3 get to like chill with the 3 judges and make the song for the artist they pick, like the Jonas Brothers. So, and their song, they get all the rights to the song. You know,
It's
the
dope.
artist puts it out, like, and they like. All of them put their 2 cents into it. So like right off the bat, it might be a good song, but within the first like 5 minutes of them hearing it, they're like they have the band playing new versions of it. Like, what if we did this? And like they're singing and
This is
Ryan
so
Tedder.
cool.
Yeah. So it's like, it's really dope. Actually my friend Amber was like one put me onto it and stuff. So she was like on the way up to go canoeing. She was like playing all the songs. I was like, these are all good.
The song
There's like
Green
Meghan
Light,
Trainor.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Aloe Black.
Aloe Black was the one I watched.
That
yeah.
one's really good.
Yeah. So essentially, and that one was for the new Fast and Furious spinoff.
For the Hobbs and Shaw, Sean
Right.
Hobbs or whatever.
So that's huge. His song just gets
That's
to go in one of the biggest
monies.
blockbusters
Yeah,
of summer.
money.
So yeah, so that'll be interesting. Making the band if it comes back. So this bottle cap challenge, we made a little promo about it last week.
It's continuing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the Mariah Carey one. Where
I've seen a whole bunch of like creative ones
where she sings it off, which it's definitely fake. There's just no way.
I mean, it's a cool idea.
But it's cool. I mean, it's very Mariah Carey.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the most Mariah thing ever because like we all know Mariah doesn't really move on stage.
Right.
Like it's not like she would kick it off or anything.
Well, I mean, that's probably the coolest celebrity one I saw, but I saw somebody that makes beats and he like, like literally pushes one kick and it's like, poof, and it like knocks it off.
That's smart. But Hailey Bieber did it on an ATV.
Uh-huh.
She came through on an ATV, kicked it off, and then she,
challenged Kylie.
Kendall. And she came through on a freaking jet ski and like with her long leg kicked it. Like I was like,
both of them are pretty dangerous actually.
Dang, you guys. Like first, but I gotta give them credit that they got it. I'm sure it took several tries, but it's pretty darn good.
Then I saw Snoop Dogg come out and he's just like, yo, stop with the stupid cap trick. Like he's like, it's stupid. Like you guys
I love that Snoop Dogg's like hating on it.
It is kind of dumb.
It is, but it's
if
fun.
you don't do it within the first like 2 days, after that, like even if you're like within the week, like sometimes it just looks corny. Dude.
I mean, like now I guess it's getting taken. I feel like it should die down. Like,
right.
We get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was fun.
Everyone had to try it though. There's so many dumb ones I just seen all over online. But thank God that's almost over. And this week's Lil Nas X news. What do we got?
So Lil Nas X is only a couple weeks away from. First, he's only 2 weeks away from tying the top number one, like longest streak for number one in the Billboard 100.
Yeah. So
that tied title already is being held by Despacito and then One Sweet Day by Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men. So those are both tied at.
Mariah Carey has 2 songs on there, I think.
She does. I think she has one like down at 13 or 14.
We Belong Together, I think.
Yeah. But so 16 weeks straight. So he's currently at 14 weeks, excuse me. He's at 14 weeks right now. And so he could soon be the best. Like
he's definitely doing it. It's the kids. The kids are going to carry him to the finish line.
I really hope he gets there, honestly, because I think that would be awesome.
Did you see about the panini that he was cootie cooking with?
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Did we really? Yeah. Oh man, dude, I forgot. I was like, I heard it here first. It's been a long week, guys. Oh man. But yeah, no, I think that's still cool.
I hope.
Gordon Ramsay. That was what it was.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Oh wow. See, that's like the bottle cap challenge. I'm a little slow. Yeah, some little sad news here.
Yeah. So Cameron Boyce, he was known for his different roles on Disney Channel. He was in Jessie. He was in Descendants. He also was the son of Adam Sandler and Salma Hayek in the Grown Ups movies.
Yeah. Which they'll probably make another one, which will be really sad.
Yeah. I mean, because they've had a couple of sequels. He died.
Well, I feel like the point of that is like the kids are gonna grow up and stuff. It's just like super sad. But what happened to him?
He died this past weekend. He was only 20.
Yeah.
He had an ongoing medical condition that I think caused some seizures and stuff, and he died with one in his sleep. So it's just like really sad to see someone like so young die. Just I almost think it's obviously sad when young people die from, drugs or suicide or whatever. But I also think it's like super sad when it's like something that maybe could have been prevented. Like,
what it's kind of like, it's weird that happened because like I thought about that about myself, not because of him or anything like that. But like when I got back from that boat trip, like my head was bumping so hard and I was just like, I literally just crawled to my bed and like passed out. Then I thought about it the next morning. I'm like,
what if I didn't wake up?
Yeah. Well, what if I didn't wake up? What would anybody do? Like, what I'm saying? Like, how long would someone like really worry about me before they're like, it would be you probably when I don't talk to you about the podcast. It'd probably work, on Monday maybe, but like, that would have been 2 days.
Yeah, I feel like I probably would have, tried to check in.
Maybe.
Especially because you had already told me that you were doing plans like later, like the next day.
Right.
So I probably would have hit you up.
I just think about that, like, as a single person in my own place, like, living by myself and away from family and stuff, like, who would be the first one to check on me? How would they even get in here? They would have to get, like, the person that gets the keys and, like, open up my door and find me, like, hot and stanking up in my bed.
Oh,
just
God.
dead.
Okay.
But
wow.
anyways,
This took a turn.
I'm just saying, those are real life things, boys, man. Like, sorry guys, but I thought about it. We talked about it. I'm sorry. Yo, rest in peace to Cameron Boyce, though. Let's lighten it up a little bit.
Let's lighten it up a lot.
We've had episodes about Shawn Mendes and all his like dating stuff, but this is pretty cool.
Senorita. So Camila Cabello. So people have to preface, people have been shipping Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes for years. Yeah. Like to the point where Camila Mendes, who plays Veronica Lodge on Riverdale, people thought her account and she's like an actress, thought her account was like a fan, like a ship fan account.
Yeah.
For like Camila and
the relationship.
Shawn.
Yeah.
And so that's like a running joke. So people, they had their sexy song Senorita, and people were like, oh my God, are they dating? And they're like, man, no, but the paparazzi caught them coming from a long ass brunch, holding hands, having their hands all over each other, looking cute, giving each other hugs. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but I can't say that they're not dating.
Well, I love your enthusiasm, but don't you think it's a little convenient? They drop a single together and like.
And
I'm
just
saying they've been doing this type of stuff for decades.
Yeah, her and her boyfriend recently broke up.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but like it would be very convenient for both of them to be in a relationship right now. And
I know, but like this isn't the 90s. It's not like you need like relationship. I mean, they're both popular. Like they both have their own shit. Like I don't think they need like.
Yeah, but their stuff together is always bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like Cardi B and
I knew
Offset.
you did last summer.
Bam.
Yeah. Shit.
So yeah, I mean, good for them.
We'll see.
Speaking of, let's get into like some TV talk.
TV talk.
We talked about The Office being pulled from Netflix here soon.
I feel like
another favorite.
an even larger group.
I knew it was coming.
Friends will be leaving Netflix the beginning of 2020 to go with Warner streaming service, to go with like HBO, whatever, stuff like that. So
that's Warner's getting a stream service. I thought that'd be NBC.
I don't know, Warner. I mean, Warner, like,
but
it's a big umbrella.
Like this just sounds like NBC's gonna have an app. Warner's gonna have an app.
I feel like Warner. I forget
who's gonna be the smart one to make an app for your apps. I guess you wouldn't really.
Have we talked about? I just had a major deja vu.
Maybe.
Have we talked about this?
That's kind of what Apple TV is, anyways. But so that's going away. Friends,
Which another unpopular opinion for me. Like I grew up watching Friends. I watched it like when it came out. I never really got like all my gal pals that watched it like obsessively.
Yeah.
In college,
it is one of those good shows to just put on when you just don't want to think about what.
Yeah, I guess.
To watch, you're just like, I could throw on like one of the thousands of episodes of Friends and to just laugh my butt off for half an hour.
Same like Office.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like they didn't age well, but oh well. So Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Another big TV show.
I mean, dude, I did so much this weekend and I still watched like 2 shows, like whole seasons of 2 shows.
I watched all of Stranger Things.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really
I
think it was better than the second season.
Definitely better than the second.
And I just love that I feel like you loved it, especially because they leaned in so hard to the 80s stuff.
Back to the Future was such a huge part in that too. Like, Just
like so much 80s references. So like everybody go watch it. It's so good. So many good... I mean, if you get easily spooked, maybe like,
Well, what I like about it is like there's like 3 different iterations of it that all connect, but like it's literally feels like, how they're like Stranger Things 1, Stranger Things 2, Stranger Things 3. That's the way it should be, is to like watch all these shows like as a movie. You can tell a story so much better and you can still watch it in like a night, like if you wanted to, but it's such a good story and how they all connect. And originally when we talked about like Stranger Things ending with season 3, I don't think that's going to be the case.
No, I think they're doing, I think like I had seen stuff that they're like at least doing a season 4, potentially a season 5.
Yeah, I mean,
so we might be seeing some of these kiddos running around the ATL soon.
Yeah. Is it a little spoiler alert? Can I do it?
No.
All right.
I mean, it would be interesting potentially if they'll still film everything in Georgia, just for potentially. Where
guys, watch it so we can talk about, because we're talking about next week.
Just potentially where stuff could be placed based on the
if you haven't watched it, then
scene.
you're one of the crazy people that didn't add to the most pulled streams on Netflix they've ever seen. Stranger Things.
Yeah, ever. Like, I think how many...
And the show was kind of based around 4th of July and stuff, too, so they were smart about that.
I mean, yeah, they think they purposely did that.
Like a wintertime one is, I think they had like a Christmas one and stuff, too.
Yeah.
So what holiday are they going to be around next time?
I think it's smart to put it around like a holiday because then people do have that downtime.
Maybe it's New Year's.
Where they, like,
yeah,
are going to stream it.
Right. And... but we'll probably have to wait like 2 years. I think the story allows them...
The kids are going to be so old.
Right, though. I think a story allows them to grow up. Because, like, if they wanted to, they could just, like, fast forward 4 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then the kids are, like, appropriate age. That's probably what they'll do. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids are, like, almost 18, still playing 14-year-olds. That was a little weird to watch the flashbacks. What?
They're not.
Yeah, one of them is like just turning like 18, like the main Mike kid or whatever. He's 17 years old.
Yeah, I mean, but like 11, like Millie is like 15, so they're like around the right age. Most of them are close.
Well, I feel like they were still playing like a little younger.
They're playing like 13, 14.
Yeah. I mean, only so much time can pass. Like, it was weird to see like flashbacks of them when
they were babies.
And yeah, and how they keep like their look.
They were like 10 and 11.
They try to keep the same look, but they're just obviously older. But so yeah, Stranger Things. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. What else we got here? Nicki Minaj dropped her song like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Megatron.
Kind of made a little buzz, but
I listened to it a couple times. I don't know. I like wanted to love it. I wanted it to be like a nice summer bop, and I mean, it's good.
It drops so hard on the Billboard charts the next week. No one's looking for it. She started a Megatron challenge trying to get the winner to join her record label.
Oh, no.
You know what the challenge is?
Oh, no. I have no idea.
Yeah, me either. Because, that song sucks. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Nicki Minaj needs to get it together
Nicki.
right now because it's falling apart. But in better news... Burger King is adding a $1 taco to their menu, and I think I'm here for it.
You know what? I haven't been to Burger King in some time.
I'm a big Burger King fan.
I used to be as a child, and I just really haven't been.
The Whopper is so good.
And I feel like you can barely ever find them. But anyways.
Or they're always like run down.
But like
the
quick taco. So where was it? I think it was... Where was my family that we got? Oh, Jack in the Box. Because Jack in the Box has tacos. And, like, we've gotten them randomly. And, like, they were, like, a bomb. And you're like, oh, shit, Jack in the Box. What? And just, like, so...
Because, like, I think it gets in your head that you're eating from a fast food place. But if you were just at someone's house, they're probably making, like, 49-cent tacos. And they're delicious. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
a taco is a hard shell.
You just...
And some meat.
Or,
and
like, a soft shell. We don't know.
Get some hot sauce in there, and you're good. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
we all know I'm a slut for Taco Bell, so I'm here for it.
Well, I'll definitely be getting a lot of tacos from Burger King and a Whopper, so those will be coming to the menu soon. $1 tacos from Burger King. It makes sense to me. I don't know why.
Hey guys, here at Future Bachelor, we promote obesity because we love.
It's your local favorite fat dude. I'm a fat dude. I love some fast food. I'm a fat dude. I love some fast food. Hey, such a chunky hoe. I love food.
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna skip this one real quick. Well, we'll talk about it a little bit. ASAP Rocky is over.
In Sweden.
Where he had gotten in a fight, and they're holding him over there. There's been a couple different artists trying to boycott ever performing there again because of this. Because someone like started a fight with him. If you see like the long video, it's him being like, "Dude, can you just leave?"
Yeah, I thought he didn't even like instigate it. I thought it was someone else.
I think it just got so
but
hype
also,
and
like,
it just
is
happened.
It racism?
It's possible. It's very possible. He should be let go because there's video evidence of the kid just instigating him and stuff. And it's just like, I think, like some diplomatic stuff going on where they're just holding him for attention or something, or just to make an example out of him. So hopefully ASAP Rocky comes home soon. I saw something cool from your boy Tyga come out. He made this song called Light Skin Lil Wayne.
Tyga is my problematic fave.
But Light Skin Lil Wayne, he made this whole video talking about, he used to be signed to Young Money, which is Lil Wayne.
Young Moolah, baby.
And Lil Wayne, he made this song and made a video about all of Lil Wayne's old videos, which is really cool.
So cool. Like a cool tribute to him. And like he even came out saying like how big of an inspiration Lil Wayne has been.
Right, and Lil Wayne was really honored to have him do that. So check it out. It's pretty cool because I saw like, you know, his famous A Milli video. It's like him pretty much going from around every like tour bus in the background, getting ready for us like a tour or something like that. So he did the same type of thing. That's pretty cool.
A Milli is the song of my one friend group. Like we all rap it every single time, and it's been played when I had like those 3 weddings last year. It was that same friend group, and we played A Milli at every single wedding and rapped the whole thing.
It's one of those big songs.
It's one of those. We love it.
Jaden Smith celebrated his birthday this year, and he did something cool with his birthday. It was his 21st birthday. And
he could have like, you know, been like any normal celeb kid and partied it up.
Yeah, but he's not a normal celeb kid.
Well, we all know that.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like a weird enigma. You'd think like he would be huge because he's the son of Will Smith, but that's actually been part of like the reason probably why he hasn't blown up. But now recently he has blown up because his music is that good and he's got a style, and the whole family's doing things and stuff.
And like they're all like
supporting
super like, you know, he was wearing like skirts and stuff, and like Willow is like, so him and Willow had a song on New Music Friday together.
Did they really? I gotta check that out. But he opened up this restaurant called I Love You Restaurant, which I love. I love, and I love you is a cool term. But he would go around as a food truck, and he was giving out food to the homeless on his birthday. And I thought it was pretty cool.
I think it was mostly vegan food too.
Yeah,
which,
vegan
like,
food.
It's very 2019.
But yeah, so that's probably huge in LA anyways, everybody. But the homeless eating like nice vegan food.
Yeah, they're like, fuck it, I don't care.
Well, they lined up and they were just getting bags of food. It was crazy.
It's so awesome. He's also like, he's just really into philanthropy. Like he has helped like work with people to like install different filtration systems.
Yeah, they have like their own water or something like that, right?
Yeah, and so like because of like especially after the Flint water crisis and things like that, he's been trying to do work with that because like people still forget that like people in Flint still don't have clean fucking water.
Yeah.
But not that I'm bitter. But yeah, so like it's just really cool to see someone like him, you know, being artistic and also just being philanthropic and doing good things for people and not really doing it, you know, just to do it, but doing it because he knows it's like the right thing to do. Right.
Shout out to Jaden Smith. Yo, Veronica, I know it's been a crazy week and there's probably been some moments with me where you're like, yikes.
Yeah.
But
yikes.
Besides me, what's made you go yikes in the last week?
So we talked about this briefly last week. But like I really was going yikes even more after the episode aired about the whole, so Halle Bailey is playing the Little Mermaid, right, a black female, and
do you think Beyonce had anything to do with that?
Oh, fun. I mean, they're her proteges. They're signed to her label.
Well, I'm just saying because she just got the biggest role in The Lion King.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. But like, she's also got some pipes, and I think
she's beautiful,
and they were.
She looks like Ariel.
She looks. She's. I mean, whatever.
Big eyes, pretty face.
And the world, the white racist world, has been posting things using the hashtag not our Ariel. Like, oh my god. And like going into like long diatribes being all like Ariel's originally from like the Hans Christian Andersen whatever like fairy tales, and those are and he's Danish, so she's Danish, so she can't be black, which that's false. There's black people Denmark, and like
they're fish. They can't be anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're fish.
They're mermaids. They're not real. First of all, they're not real.
Right.
And there's even
if their closest thing, they're fish.
There's even some women being all like, well, Ariel was the only redheaded princess, and like I don't want people taking away my representation.
She's gonna be redheaded.
Bitch, are you kidding me? And also, then people like, you know, the real people are like, okay, the OG fairy tale was about like, it was because all the original fairy tales are dark as hell. Like, and like she, you know, like died, turned into sea foam. Her feet bled when she walked on like Earth. Like it was a whole different story. And in the original, her skin was green. So who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
She wasn't even white.
I was hearing them say like, no one cared when like James Earl Jones was talking like, you know, Mufasa, and then they had this English guy over here as his brother, you know, saying Jonathan Taylor Thomas as no one cared then. You know, so
like it's just
get used to it. We're like going to put black people all over these movies. Let's go.
I also think it made me go yikes because like think about the Brandy Cinderella that I brought up last week. Like she literally I think had like I think her sibling or her mom or her dad, one of them was like Asian, she was black. Like, it was a mixed ass movie. Like, and everyone was like, this is great, we love it, it's a classic. But we can't have a fucking black Ariel without people being all like, no, she's not even real. She's not real.
I saw a lot of it. I mean, it's just crazy because it's not really like people talking about it. It's just a lot of articles about people talking it, but like headlines and stuff. I'm just like, what is this? Like, how is this even a conversation?
And I've seen like actual, like, you know, different parts of threads.
But they do this with
Twitter
every single one of them.
whatever.
I mean, did you see the Mulan one drop?
Yeah, I saw the Mulan.
Have you seen any kind of backlash with that?
I feel like some people, my personal backlash is that there doesn't seem like there's going to be the musical numbers. And also, where the fuck is Mushu? I would love to know. But that's my personal
Are you
backlash.
talking about Eddie Murphy? It's like Mushu, like the little red dragon?
Yeah.
Mushu! Yo, that Eddie Murphy did the perfect voice for that. I love those characters.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be
They're not
in
going
it.
to like have the music, you don't think?
I don't think there's going to be, I'll make a man out of you.
Yeah, no, but I don't know.
I
Like,
mean,
I feel
I
like
don't
there's
know
always
what-
backlash with all these movies when they remake them. Like Will Smith, they like he did great in Aladdin apparently, and like everyone was hating on him right before they even seen it. So, I'm hoping it'll just like another thing like the bottle cap challenge just flood away here soon. But yeah, what else you got? You had another little yikes
Just a
moment?
little yikes. I just think it's funny that the U.S. men lost their tournament, their big tournament, the Gold Cup, this past weekend to Mexico.
Why is that funny?
It's funny because like they still technically get paid more than the women do, and their prize pot, if they had won, would have been a bigger prize pot than what the women were winning from. I think the women are like splitting like 4 million or something, and the guys would have been splitting like closer to like 100, something like that. So
I was watching some interview.
I mean, the pay structure is different. That is something to keep like in mind. The women's pay structure is different than the men's, but like it's still, when it comes down to it, the compensation is not equal.
I was watching some interview about someone. I forgot who it was, like something Peterson or something. But some like feminist like was interviewing him and like talking about equal pay of women, and he kind of broke down some like interesting points. Like I mean, I'm not sure if it's like 100% correct or whatever, but I'd be interested to hear what you thought about it.
Yeah, interesting. Bring it up.
Well, he was just talking about, like, she was like, don't you think if like a woman's doing the same job as a man that they should be paid the same? And he was like, well, there are differences between men and women. Like, if he was like, I forgot what country he said it was in, but he's like, he brought up some example of a country where they try to have it equal. And it's like, you guys can get paid the same amount or whatever, but it seemed like the women, there was way more nurses in this one like country than there were to do like this like physical work. And they chose to do, like, women chose to do this more than the guys did, but it was just like, it was naturally happening like that. Like, they had the choice to do either one, but women were, and by the numbers statistically, we're going more towards the medical field as opposed to doing like the physical work. So that means that there are like differences, in the sense of like what women and men are willing to do if they were given the choice. I thought it was just an interesting point, like, because they would be paid the same, or like they get paid more if they did this, but they'd rather do this. And it was just like, I gotta look.
That's an interesting, because like that's like comparing apples and oranges to me.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying though, like they had the choice to like get paid the same amount, like it was equal, like whatever. But naturally, more men went towards this, and more women went towards this, and they had the choice for both.
I don't know. I guess I don't understand how that is even like
they like just like
comparable.
Well, like in this country, just it's one group of people, but in this country, it seemed like women lean towards more of different things than men did, as far as like what they chose to do as a profession. Yeah, like and it's by numbers, so it's not just like men only can do this and women can only do this. It's just like some more men chose to do the physical labor and less women chose to do that. They'd rather go into like being nurses in a hospital, and less men chose to do that instead, and they go to the physical work. So
I guess it comes down to more like equal pay means equal pay for equal work. In like the fact of the matter is like I know for a fact I was working in the same position as a man, and he was getting paid more than me. Yeah, and doing the same exact shit. And like, I think that's what it comes down to, like with the women. So the thing when it comes to like the soccer stuff is that, yes, where it comes down to is like, so their pay structures are different. Women technically get like more built out salaries. Men, it's specific bonuses and endorsements. But then like women don't always get as many endorsement deals. Men do get more. And then when it comes to prize money, the FIFA gives a huge pot to the men and a little pot to the women. So it's kind of like there has to be more equal compensation, especially if especially if our women's team is like being so like we're doing like and the women's are playing,
I wonder like
it's just as good of a game.
Well,
it's not like
I'm
a
just
different
wondering
game.
like the stats. I mean that's just America we're talking about, like our country. You're just talking about our team. Like
well, yeah, well, that's also this is also FIFA in general and stuff. Like,
okay, but all right. So I'm just wondering, like, yeah, it probably is a new time to like renegotiate like all those type of like numbers and stuff. But like to go back to your point of like someone getting paid the same amount for the same job. I mean, there's like you know how it is in corporate structure. Like your journey to get to your position might be different than somebody else's journey. Whether that be this is your first job and someone like was hired on with an already paid salary like up here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like there could be that happening.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying like in general, like a lot of
I mean, if you grouped in all the salaries, you're saying
a lot of
did an
general
average.
trends are that even or sometimes even like I mean it's time we've talked about it before on this podcast time and time again. There's like women who maybe even higher qualified or have been passed up multiple times for promotions for men because of maybe just connections those men had or just because of misogyny and things like that, just because of the pay structure that and bias that exists in our world as it is. It's kind of interesting. I thought when you were going to bring up the whole what you like interview or whatever that you heard, I thought you were going to bring up the idea of like one of the biggest arguments is usually, oh, well, women get pregnant. That's why women usually have a hard ass time getting back to work, or is why their pay is docked in general.
I think like nowadays it's even harder because like things change so fast.
And it's like, and it's ridiculous because it's like, well, and this is what it comes down to. Like we're one of the worst countries when it comes to maternity and paternity leaves because we barely pay people for that if we pay them at all. And we barely give them any time, where there's other countries where it's like required maternity and paternity leaves for like several months and like the men have to take and it's paid and it's like you either like kind of like you lose it or not, and it's like why wouldn't you take that? Like it's so important for the development of the child and things like that. So usually that's the argument I hear, which I think is like speaks to a larger problem of how we treat mostly mothers and you know raising families and what that means.
How much should a business really care about pregnancies and stuff? Not, I mean, obviously
they should care about their employees.
Listen. Yeah. Let me finish. How much should they like care about their employee that got pregnant? Obviously women are the only ones that can get like pregnant physically. You know, cause you can get pregnant at any time. Yeah. And it could be in the craziest time of business and stuff like that. Yeah. And like you'd have to leave. Like at what point does the employee have any responsibility to, you know, it's like almost one-sided. You can have sex and then you have baby, and then the business is like, all right, well, how are you gonna have like a baby and be off for 3 months in our biggest project of the year?
But like a man never gets punished. Like the man, it's not like this woman's getting pregnant by herself. Usually, the man never gets punished for that. Is the thing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing though. Like I think it should be equal in that sense. Where if like you are having a baby, you and your wife, like someone has to provide, obviously, but.
Which is why it should be like there shouldn't be a stigma. Like obviously, like I know so many women who like work literally up until like up until like the day before. Yeah. Like they give birth, which is normal. Yeah. I mean, especially like, and I feel like.
But it's post that's like that's when like your 3 months starts. Like
yeah, and like which it's like never even that long usually. But.
I'm just talking from experience on my like side of it, like what I've just had to deal with on my team and stuff. And it's funny because it's like that person's no longer on the team anymore. But like, I feel like it came on this arc of like a pregnancy. Like, I mean, she got another job that was like, you know, whatever, but it's an arc of a pregnancy. And it's interesting because it really does affect the workplace, like whether or not, like, you know, I'm with the whole women thing aside or whatever, like someone on your team that gets pregnant and has to leave for 3 months, then come back and like catch up to all that stuff. It's a big thing, like, you know. But yeah, I don't know. That's like, it's very interesting. Like, you know, I have no like feelings one way or the other. Like I would want women to feel as equal to men in the workplace. Like I don't know, you know, how it really relates because I can't get pregnant. I can't feel like what that would feel like. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's an interesting conversation. It's definitely more difficult than just like the plain, like, women need to be paid the same as men, because I think there's more.
Well, yeah, I mean, which I never have ever said, like, just like women need to be paid the same as men. Just like, there's no, you can't just like blanket statement it. Like it's like women should be given the opportunity to earn as much as men in equal roles, equal, like, when, you know, it's a lot of times, and that's why there's the whole even idea of the glass ceiling, is that a lot of women aren't even given the opportunity to get up to certain places to make the same amount of money as men, like to get up to certain roles, positions, etc. Right. But
yeah, so I mean, I'm sure that conversation around, you know, the soccer team and stuff is going to pick up a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I think
in the next couple of years going into the next one.
I actually just think I saw an ESPN update on my phone about how, you know, different.
I mean, it'd be silly to
different policies and
I would
rulings.
just boycott the FIFA. Like, if after winning one and you don't like change something, like, I feel like you have like so much power now that you've won. So why don't we get into some Bachelorette news? I'm not, like I said before the show, I don't know, this episode just didn't catch my attention too much.
It was hometowns, and I love hometowns for the sense of you get to see, you know, you've been watching these dudes or women in a fishbowl, in a weird fishbowl, weird, you know, created situations in different faraway lands or in California, and now you get to see like who raised them. You get to see, you know, get to see the grit. Yeah. And I love that because I am a big family person. You're a big family person. And like, family means everything to me. That sounds cliche after hearing it from four men's mouths on the TV. But like, it's just really interesting. So we started off with Peter somewhere in Southern California. And he, you know, comes and gets her. She gets dropped off, whatever. And then he's all like, we're going to go for a ride in my baby. And it's car. And it's a perfectly placed Mercedes-Benz.
I believe that's his.
But what? Why?
I mean, do you think he put all his stuff inside of there? A condom? Like, they put all that?
Oh, please. Oh, come on. This is the Bachelor.
He's a pilot. I think
franchise.
I swear to God, I think that's his car, and he whips around.
I mean, he's a commercial pilot. They don't make that much money.
I mean, how do they not make money if he's flying like rich people around?
That doesn't mean a damn thing. They don't make that much money. They make a decent amount. I don't think they make that much money.
Well,
but I think his family has money, but I don't know. But he only like, but the way it was put out, like, it was very much like my Mercedes. I was like, this is some really weird.
I wouldn't be flexing like that if it wasn't my car. That would be a weird flex. Like, hey, get in my Mercedes that they rented me for the episode.
Well, no, yeah,
and put my condoms in there. That's weird.
I mean, it was a single condom.
That's not gonna help with Hannah B. I'll tell you.
But I think it was weird that she was like weirdly going through his center
console. She's a weirdo. What are you talking about?
Going through his center console, like,
she's kind of a little spaz.
Look, she is a little spaz. Yeah. And like pulled out the single condom in there, and he was like acting all like.
She's like called it a rubber.
Yeah, and he was acting all like, oh my God, I'm so there. And she's like, what do you think's happening in this car? And I was like, maybe the actual owner of this car is a weird.
No, every guy keeps a condom in his car. They just, you know, you never heard that?
No.
I've even seen girls that keep condoms in their car.
I don't keep condoms in my car, but I do always have condoms.
Sex. Like, come on. If you're going to put a seatbelt on, you might as well keep a condom in there, too.
I know, but I am all about, like, I don't know, like women having condoms on them, but also like, I mean, it's just, it's not always the best space to have it, because just like guys keeping condoms in wallets, that's awful for them. Like that, like is.
I mean, but it's better than not having one at all. I
know, but like keeping one in there forever is the issue. Like you should just like put it in before the night. and then like take it out after.
That sounds a little crazier. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you probably forgot about that condom from like years ago.
My RA is coming out. I know all the things, the 10-step process of putting a condom on.
I feel you.
Whatever.
But
Anyways,
think about it. If there was a guy that you knew that every night before he went out, he'd like, oh, let me take this condom and put it in my wallet. Oh, let
just
me take
in
this out.
case, I would be fine with that. I do that shit.
Yeah, to overthink it though, like every week, like that's a
no.
little
It's
crazy.
just not overthinking. It's like just like I always like.
Oh yeah, let me grab my keys. Oh, did I grab a condom? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy.
I don't think so.
Whatever.
Anyway, so takes her out on this cute ass little plane, nice ass plane. You know, sharing his passions with her. This is my passion. He said it a bajillion times.
Yeah, honestly, that was the like either way. Like he was definitely my favorite guy out of the dates. But besides the talking, like he just kept saying like so much.
And then like his family was so
happy. I'm
so
happy.
cute, and they all fucking cried. The mom cried. The dad cried. They all were like seemed so happy for him. The brother was like, he's such a like. He's so, you know, much of a romantic, blah, blah, blah. They did a cute little German chant before dinner, which I loved. But I'm like confused.
Yeah,
like someone's
they're like, you got louder every time.
I think the dad's German. I think the mom's Hispanic because they're Spanish too. So like, and he had a little picture of Jesus Christ in his car. His car. He was using air quotes, but I don't know. It was just seemed like a perfect setup for us all to have our hearts ripped out in future episodes. I just don't see him winning. I feel like I've watched these shows enough and I understand the patterns enough that when it seems so perfect and like everybody is like, oh, we're all in love, we're so in love, love, the parents love them, we all love it, we all feel happy
That's what
about
I was
it.
saying today. I feel like the ones like that have been winning lately are like the ones where like the parents are like, I don't think they're ready. I don't think they're ready. And then like makes like the contestant, the bachelor or bachelorette be like, I think they are ready because I'm going to get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like a challenge or something. And then they end up picking that person.
I just like, I love Peter. I just don't see him winning.
Yeah.
So moving along to my man's Tyler. Tyler took us to Jupiter, Florida. And
His was pretty flawless.
Which I was like, damn, I've never seen Florida look better. And also, homeboy is loaded. He like, you know, takes her out on the boat. They're rubbing each other up with sunscreen. He like takes her past his old house. Like he's like, you know, after my dad almost died, like we lost money and our fortune, blah, blah, blah. So we can't let this isn't our house anymore. And then takes her home to his other mansion that their family has. I was like, I'm so sorry, what? This is humongous double doors, like big. It was huge.
He's like, Alexa, doors open.
It was humongous. And I was like, and he had cute brothers. I was like, hello. And the dad was like just so sweet. You could tell the dad had been missing him.
He's like, yo, man.
And he's like, oh, man. And the dad was so cute and was calling her Miss Hannah.
Miss Hannah B.
And like even Tyler, like his dad was like trying to talk to him about, you know, the situation. And like Tyler's like, but dad, like, are you okay? Like you almost died like literally like 8 weeks ago. And so like, I just want to know like how you've been doing. Cause I went on the show and like, I've been gone. And, like, so I feel like Tyler had a good look for the entire hometown. Even, you know,
You think good enough for a bachelor?
I would love him as a bachelor.
He would make, like, the girls would go crazy for him as the bachelor.
I'm going crazy for him.
I just want to be a bachelor, so I still have another year to be the first proud bachelor.
Yeah, you don't want Mike.
Yeah.
But, and then, you know, Hannah added to her mount count. He like snuck into the SUV that takes her away, and like
the driver's like, wait a second, it's only one per seat.
Yeah, and like then they had the door. It was weird because like the door was open and like
he has the tightest pants I've ever seen.
His
on
booty is so.
He doesn't have
nice.
no booty.
He has a booty. Jeez. Everybody can. No, you're wrong. He has a booty. His ass is amazing.
The same way you think about Hannah B's pants, that's what they're doing to his pants.
His booty is nice though. He's got a good ass.
Okay.
But you know. Yeah, so it was,
lost your train. I was a little dizzy. Yeah. Get it together. You getting the Looney Tunes? Get him, come back. Come on.
I'm back. All right. We're making moves.
Yep.
Up a state to Gainesville, Georgia. For Luke.
This was really weird.
I hated everything. It was culty as fuck. Okay, so you know, like, Peter took her on a plane. Tyler took her on a boat and into a mansion. Luke took him to his Sunday school, like weird multiple table, like meetup place with his very culty Sunday school friend fam. And like they, you know, he used.
Did they meet his actual family?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she then actively in front of his actual family was like, oh yeah, like all the other guys hate Luke. Like there's been a lot of drama. Like she like laid it out for them, and they of course were all gonna like deny it, being like, that doesn't sound like our Lukey. Like what? And he brought up the fucking shower story again. And my thing is like, my friend and I made this joke. My friend Natalie and I. It's his come to Jesus moment.
What does that have to do with come though?
Because he's in his shower jacking off. There's just the way he describes it.
I didn't get that part of the story at all from what he told.
The way he describes it is like, oh, and then a huge weight was lifted off
my
me.
God. Oh my goodness.
Like,
No. I don't know, but I am sick of hearing that story.
I hated Luke.
That was a good look for him though. Apparently she didn't hate it. And then Jed, oh my goodness, I hated this one so much worse.
Okay, Jed, if he was trying to make a case for him not coming on there, I mean, he'd already said that he, you know, knew it would be a good place for his platform. He's really milking it.
That, and also the fact that, like, it'd be very convenient to bring her to a studio, not out in the public, where people might know that you have a girlfriend,
like your fucking girlfriend
from you at the street and stuff, you know?
Yeah, my thing, I know, I kept watching me and like, when's the girlfriend gonna show up? Ooh. Like she knocks the door like, hey guys, I'm here to come over, and like they're like, shh, get out of here.
Yeah.
But no, like takes her to a studio and they write a song together about how their love is written in the stars, and just so cheesy. Takes her home to his house with his sister, who has a head full of hair. She's got so much hair. His dad, who probably looks like he wishes he was Billy Ray Cyrus. Because he like was wearing like a very Western shirt, even just like his hair, and it's like, yeah, he really did. He had the horses in the back. And they, you know, first of all, the mom and the sister are not having.
Yeah, because he had a girlfriend before he went on a show.
I mean, like, they're not having any of it. They're like, I don't think he's ready. I mean, like, I think you falling in, like, the sister's like, I think you falling in love with him isn't a good idea. Or like him falling in love with you isn't a good idea.
They were trying to help her without helping her.
I mean, they try, and I think it's funny because they're all working around this whole like, well, I don't know if like he has time for you with like his passion of music and making it big. And it's like, because I think, you know, they were all like, well, I thought he just went on the show to get big. Like, why the fuck is this chick coming home?
Because they know. Like, I mean, I'm sure the family knows his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? They know the situation. Like, Mom, this is going to be good for me. Like, all I got to do is make it to like the end, and maybe I'll like that's probly what they did.
I don't even like, how long did James McCoy Taylor, the James Taylor guy from JoJo season, how far did he make it? Did he make it to Hometowns?
I don't remember.
I mean,
I have really bad memory. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as you can make it on the show, and you don't, even if you're not picked to be the Bachelor, you're not, you know, you don't make it as like the Bachelorette's husband or fiance. You still have Bachelor in Paradise going for you and still in the cards, and then just your follower game has gotten up, so like you forever can go around wherever you're at and play music and stuff. But he just played it bad. Like,
he did play it bad.
You can't have a girlfriend before going on the show.
You can't send her like an I love you text the day before you go on it. But I really love this one note that I wrote that says, they all don't think he can handle one girl, let alone two, while becoming a star. Because it's true. They're like, oh, we don't think like, you know, he will have time for you, because they're like, because he also like barely has time for his OG girlfriend, like Hannah. Well, what are you thinking?
Well, Hannah gets back and she gives
first Peter
the rose, and then Tyler, and then there's one rose left, and she starts like pulling it apart and crying in the corner because she can't send him home. She really can't pick between Jed and Luke, which she ends up giving him both roses, and then Jed flips shit.
I think which I don't blame him. Like, I would be kind of pissy too if like it went from being like,
no, that's just true colors coming out. He would have became the villain of the season if Luke didn't make it this far.
I mean, but my thing is like, I would be pissy in the situation as well if I was, you know, it's almost like, you know, you were in between two of us. And especially if you knew one of the other people was like problematic for the entire season, and you're like, oh, she really couldn't decide between me and the problematic one. Like, I would just feel shitty that like it seems like both like pity roses. Like she fully was like, Peter, you're getting a rose, Tyler, you're getting a rose, and then she's like, fuck, what do I do now? And it's just kind of, I don't know.
But that's very telling of him to be the vocal one out of it. Luke P didn't seem that he was like, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well, like,
because he was probably the one that was gonna go home. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I do, and he shouldn't look at it like that. It's like he should, if anything, he should be like, she still needs to figure out stuff with Luke P. That's why he ended up getting a rose.
Which is that it looks like for the previews for next episode, like that Jed confronts her, being like, kind of, because obviously he's still butthurt. He's kind of like, what do you still need to figure out with Luke P? What is there to figure out? Like, and it's funny because even all the tweets that she's been tweeting, like during
it's really weird how everyone has to post like good things about each other.
Well, she's like tweeting stuff, like, and she's like actively throwing shade about how she's like, I was sick and I was on meds. I don't know anything I said in Georgia. Like, she's literally throwing shade about her entire like hometown experience with Luke. Like, I think because like obviously the previews are showing what looks like her sending Luke home and blowing up at him.
She's definitely sending Luke home.
I mean, yeah, but it's just like, I'm like, finally, you know, your Stockholm syndrome is broken.
I just don't know how she ends up picking Jed over the other two. Like, they're just two other good guys. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They're so good.
So, we'll see what happens next week on the show. Well, why don't we get into our slapper of the week? I hate to do this because it's been a trend, but Ed Sheeran dropped 2 singles over the last weekend, and I really like both of them. But this one obviously has 3 great artists on it, and Bruno Mars is one of my other favorite artists. Ed Sheeran is one of my favorite artists. Chris Stapleton is a great artist. So this is a really interesting collaboration, and it doesn't sound like anything Ed Sheeran has done before. So without further ado, why don't we just get into our slapper of the week? It's by Ed Sheeran featuring Chris Stapleton and Bruno Mars. The song is called Blow. Let's go.
Blow, go.
Slapper of the week. This song slaps.
Let's go, slapper. Yes. Our slapper of the week, Blow by Ed Sheeran featuring Chris Stapleton and Bruno Mars.
No. When you said yes. No.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the song I thought of. Dude, that song is so hype.
It's hot as hell,
dude. The crazy part is like Ed Sheeran probably sounds like the least like it fits for.
I barely hear Ed Sheeran in that song.
Yeah, but it's his song, and it definitely is a great song for Chris Stapleton and Bruno Mars. They sound amazing on it.
And honestly, Chris Stapleton and Bruno Mars, I would never think of them together, but like they both have like kind of this sexy energy about their voices, and like they put them together, you kind of
They're rock stars.
You get like you get like the more like rock country-ish feel from Chris Stapleton, and then you get like the rock pop like R&B feel from Bruno Mars, and it's just like both very like strong and like
I love it.
Primitive kind of, I don't know, it's great.
This album is panning out to be way better than Taylor Swift's, I'll tell you what. Yeah. But yeah, so I guess they're dropping another one coming up this week. I forgot who was gonna be on it, but it sounded really good.
There's a different one from this.
The video looks crazy too. I haven't seen it yet, but it looked like they had all females like rocking on stage, like a redheaded female, like all these different girls. I forgot who it was, but it's pretty cool. They got them playing their parts and stuff in the song.
Cool.
Yeah, so you guys want to check it out. Why don't we get into some shout outs? You got any shout outs this week?
Yeah, I wanted to shout out obviously John V. We already shouted her out.
Yep. John V.
I wanted to shout out my friend Erica, who I saw briefly this weekend. She's my Fig D buddy. We've known each other since freshman year, and she's just always light my life whenever she visits Atlanta.
Aww. Erica.
I love it. And then I wanted to shout out my friend Katie Yeager.
Katie.
She works at Facebook. She's just super cool, and she's from Atlanta, but she lives out in SF now in San Francisco. And it's just so great to see her and just catch up and talk about our Mizzou memories. And
what's her Facebook status?
What's her face?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Oh, she doesn't have one. It's complicated.
It's complicated. No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
But
All right,
it's
shout out
funny.
to Katie.
Great.
I got a couple shout outs.
You've got a couple.
Yeah, I wanted to shout out my boy Ryan. It's gonna be his birthday the day this episode drops. So shout out to him. Yeah, he's gonna be picking me up from the airport, and I'm
What
gonna
a
spend
guy.
the night with him and stuff, and his wife, and about like a half an hour away from where my hometown is, where I'm getting to this weekend.
Fun.
So shout out to them. I wanted to shout out a congratulations to my friend Krispy Kreme, one of my cool friends named friends, and then also
and now I get to see it written out, Chris B. Cream.
yeah.
There,
Yeah.
I love it. Is his last name actually Cream?
No, his last name is Boyer, but Chris B would be his like name, and then we're just like, let's add a cream to it. You know what I'm saying? Cash rules everything around me. But also him and his now fiance, Dr. Taylor Bray, who's getting her doctorate.
Who is now a doctor.
Yeah, I'll be going back to celebrate them. Shout out to you guys. Congratulations.
It's amazing.
They've been like dating since college. So it's been a long
long
time
haul.
coming. Yeah. So shout out to them. And last but not least, I wanted to thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, let me just shout out to you because that was a little scary this weekend. I've never gone through anything like that, and to wake up out of it and just to be like seeing you be like Sai, and like you took care of me, made sure I was good, got home and stuff. So just like lucky to have a friend like you around, and I know I can party hard with you and also survive. So that's cool. So yeah, that's going on. Next week is going to be a very big episode for us. We've been prepping. Oh my goodness. Jeez.
69.
I'll let you do that chant by yourself. And no, it's going to be fun because I've been really planning this out. Been talking to Caleb and Melissa. They're ready to have a deep conversation about love and life and what it's like to be living in the future with all of us. So, and
Future Bachelor.
yeah, Future Bachelor. So make sure you guys are going to do it. I think this is going to be a record for us. We're going to have, we've ever had 4 hosts on the show before?
No, man.
Wow, that's incredible.
Well,
are you sure?
Yes, technically, but we weren't all in one room.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did do one.
That was
over
like
Skype.
episode like 30 something.
Wow, that was pretty cool. But
Yeah,
this will be
I
4
was,
people
but I
in one
was
room.
virtual.
Right.
It was a virtual. Huh?
We need to do that again. That's pretty funny.
That was fun.
But yeah, so check out for next week, episode 69. It's gonna be a great episode. And then I'm gonna be going back hometown this weekend, so I'm sure I'll have some stories from that. What do you got going on?
I'll be here. I have a party at John B's.
Oh yeah, another
Party
party
with
with John B.
James.
Party for James. Oh yeah, shout out to
Bangers.
James too. Happy birthday to James.
Happy birthday to James.
Yeah, that's a lot of partying for a lot.
I don't know how much. Yeah, I might be taking it easy one of those nights.
I'm gonna take it easy tonight. So anyways, guys, we'll see you next week with 69. And it should be a doozy. We love you. This has been Future Bachelor. My name is Sai.
I'm Veronica.
And we'll see you next week. All right, deuces.
Future Bachelor Podcast.